This video chart presentation of Martha Stewart Living. It's a New York Stock Exchange listed company trading our ticker MSO. So look at a 1 year chart. The reason this chart caught my eye is because it's sitting right on a support level. Let's say just in the general area of $2.30. Stock closed up on Friday up 2.5%. An increase in volume, although the stock is somewhat thinly traded. 212,000 shares traded, but that was an increase over previous days. Stock is pushing on that 50-day moving average though. I want to see if it's going to come off this bottom support, make a stronger move, and if it does, there's some resistance, but I believe potentially will come up here and challenge this 200-day moving average. MACD shows a bullish cross is just about ready to happen. See the histogram bars are pinned right on zero. A little bit of an uptrend over the last few months. That's a good sign for the MACD to move back towards zero, but ultimately I want to see it break through that zero mark, make some higher highs, and develop a stronger upward channel. It's in a good position though, given that the stock price is sitting on a support level. ADX down very low, registering just over 10 right now. Positive and negative DIs are in nice positions, with the positive DI turning up for the ADX to make an upward move and add some strength to the direction of the chart. Right now, very weak direction, but again, goes along with the idea that the stock's just sitting on support. This is a pretty neutral but pretty nice reading to the MFI. All three components tucked together, just over top of 50. It says people are paying slightly higher prices on the average compared to recent periods. As always, I want to see the MFI trending on the upper half, i.e. holding over top of 50, to show some bullish price action in the chart. Very nice look to the accumulation distribution, climbing over the last month or so. Shaky money flow reinforces that idea, that buying pressure is outweighing selling pressure. Holding in the green, again showing accumulation in the play. CCI is still down in what I call bearish territory, below zero. I want to see it trending on the upper half, and ultimately the break of 100 is considered the technical buy point for the CCI. Full still, to gauge momentum, also down below 50, indicates there's just not really any bullish momentum in the play. I want to see it over top of 50 to show strong sustainable momentum in the play. Tricks, it's a lagging indicator, trending down over the last week or so, but again, like the MACD, trying to hold an upward trend over a longer period. And I want to see that bullish cross, and I want to see it break through 100 to really go into bull mode. Relative strength index, see the little uptrend leading into this, just now breaking through 50. And as I mentioned with the other indicators, you can see very little time on the upper half hold above 50 to show that the bulls are in charge. And you can see as such, price per share just trickles down around the bottom, doesn't really show any strong momentum in the play. I want to see it break above 50, ideally move up towards 70 or even above, but then on any pullbacks, hold above 50 and show strength, similar to through here, as you see the price per share kept appreciating as the RSI, even on pullbacks, primarily held that 50 mark and momentum was sustained in the play. So I'm going to go ahead and I'll put a bottom support. We could put it all the way down at 228, but I think it's pretty clear that it's right through this area from those valleys at 228 up to around 235. That's where the strong support is, and that's the spot I'm going to be looking for to stay intact. Closes below that, especially on increase in volume, don't bode real well for this chart. Chances are it's going to crash right through this 228 and make some new 1 year lows. With that up day on Friday and the convergence of that 50-day on the support level, I want to see how the stock's going to react, if it's going to crash through support or if it's going to take on some strength and blow back through that 50-day. Because as I mentioned, I think it's going to meet some resistance right up around $2.60 at the recent 2-month highs. And that ties into an area of resistance going back in the latter part of 2012, even though it was a little bit more defined up around 270. But this 200-day moving average is dynamic. It's coming down, and it's going to lend to that area of resistance. And as you can see back earlier in 2013, 200-day can be a very difficult spot to move through. And if this chart's going to identify this $2.30 area as a true bottom, it's obviously going to have to push through this 50-day and then climb back over top of this 200-day and start to put together some sort of uptrend with making some higher highs. It's in an interesting position though right now, and as such I think it's a good one to start this holiday shortened week out with. See if that support can hold, if there can be an uptick in volume, if the stock can take on some upward pressure. Those are the things that I'd be looking for in the MSO chart, but as always, it's merely my interpretation. Thank you for watching. Trade smart.